Okay, hi guys. So today we are hang on, give me a second. Be right back. Okay, so I just went and brushed my hair. Can you tell? Does it actually look any different? My mum will be so pleased. Okay, so today we are going to be sewing a chiffon skirt with no pattern, just using your body measurements. So it's really easy, hopefully, for you to follow. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so for today's make, I am going to make, with this fabric, a skirt, and a very simple, easy skirt at that, okay? So, you want your main fabric, then I've got this that I'm gonna, hopefully it's big enough for a lining. I'm hoping it's big enough for a lining. And elastic and a tape measure fun. So both these fabrics are from my remnant box that I got. So let's go. So what I want to do basically is measure my waist. And then just double it. So plus obviously seam allowance. Measure, so I want it to sit here, and I'm thinking like in between my, and so 31 inches, but then you want to have extra for the waistband, so waistband, fold in the waistband, hem, and so we're going to clip that here then. Where is my scissors? Didn't even get them. We've actually got a good little bit left then, haven't we? So that's what I've got left. Let's see what I make with that. Right. So let's see how long this piece of fabric is. You can see how wonky this is because it's really wide and then it's really thin here, okay? So I'm going to attempt to make it all the same. The shortest side. Chop it. Okay, so my fabric, I obviously had to trim it to size, cutting the bottom and the top off because they were just cut on a diagonal instead of on the straight. And then because it was 3 inches shorter than the original measurement that I actually wanted for my waist, I then trimmed the chiffon to the same size as the underlining, so they were both the same size, which then also meant as a bonus I had a bit more of the chiffon fabric spare to make something else with, so I should be able to get another garment out of it. While this has been sped up, I also want to take a moment just to say thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for commenting, liking, subscribing. Please also press the notification bell so when I do upload you get notified, and then you can just watch it at your leisure. So yes, so this is me just measuring the chiffon against the lining. Now you can see how much I actually need to cut off. So if you are using remnants like myself, because obviously this is from the mystery box, and you're trying to obviously get the most out of your fabric, if you're using one of them as a lining and it is small, which obviously mine was, then use that measurement first, or measure that first. Don't measure the bigger fabric, because as you can see I also had to cut some off. Got it bloody wrong. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to attach scissors. We're going to attach, so simple to do it as well. We're going to attach these together, basically. Oh, look at that, perfect. Okay, so yeah, they are actually perfect. Okay, so we're gonna attach these together along here, and then I'm gonna overlock this. I'm gonna also overlock the bottom of this. So I'm gonna attach 2 together, overlock the top, overlock the back of the bottom, and then do my seam on to centre them together. Okay, so what we've done is we've joined the 2 pieces together, then we've overlocked it, we've sewn up the side seam. I haven't done the hem on the chiffon, but I have done the hem on the lining, because that is going to be how long the lining is. I'm not sure how long I want the hem to be on the chiffon, so I thought I would do it all, try it on, decide what length I want it, and then do it. So when you do these side seams, you can't just fold it in half wrong with the right size facing and then sew down. Otherwise what's going to happen is you're going to end up with the seam from the lining on this side, and you want it to be on that side, on the inside. So what you do is, with your lining, put the right sides facing together and just sew that, then overlock it like I've done, and then do your chiffon or your outer piece, whatever fabric you're using, and put the right sides together, do your straight edge. Then if you want to overlock it, I do recommend overlocking chiffon because it does fray quite a bit. So then obviously your seams are facing the right way and they're not as noticeable. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to attach the waistband. Well, we're not going to attach it just yet, but we're going to sew the channel for it. So this is my elastic. There we go, my elastic. And yes, I'm in the boys' bedroom. So, but still on the floor. So what you're going to do, you're going to see how wide it is, so it will be better to do this with it inside out. So now what you're going to do is you're going to lay it down, and you're literally just going to roll it over, and then you're going to sew just below it. So I normally would sew it, you know, like literally just where the edge of the overlocking is, but you're going to leave a bit of a gap, so you're not going to sew it all the way around, because I'm not going to sew it with this in. So you're going to sew it, leave like a gap about this big, so you can thread your fabric through. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can film myself doing this to show you what I'm doing. Okay, so I measured the width that I needed to make the channel, and I have put my fabric under and I've started sewing. So just make sure again that you're watching. You don't want to like accidentally come out, you don't want to then start sewing it too short. So there is actually a hole at the edge of the fabric, not in the fabric but in the machine. It looks like there should be a little screw or something in it, but there isn't one, but it was second hand, so I'm not too bothered. So that is my guide, because when I've put my elastic on, that's where the edge of the elastic goes up to. It goes up to this little notch on the sewing machine. So this is it going through. It can be quite annoying. If you haven't used chiffon or done lining or sewn 2 pieces of fabric over and then tried to sew the 4 pieces technically together, then I would recommend using pins to keep everything in place. It can be quite fiddly. So it's my little bit of nugget of information for you today, because as you can see I am like fannying about with it quite a bit, aren't I? But never mind. So I have actually completely sacked off bloody homeschooling today. It is Friday after all, so I'm having a mental health day. Yes, I just air quoted mental health day, because it is allowed. So that's what I'm doing today. So I actually started this video last night. I did it for about not even an hour. It was like 45 minutes, and then I've just finished it this morning for you guys today. So again, if you are watching, thank you. If you've been before, then hi again. And I do appreciate it. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and say hi. So who likes my avocado and toast table mat? That is actually something that my mum bought the fabric, and I think it was meant to be a table mat to begin with, but she like cut it to size and she binded it. So it's excellent. It was around the time Love Island I was on, and you know when they were talking about the breakfast and who, what did you go to? Well, bit of toast, bit of avocado, bit of avocado don't. That's hilarious. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like once you've sewn. So this is where I've left a gap for it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is you need your elastic and a paper clip. So you're going to just thread it in. And you're going to poke it through, and you're going to feed it all the way through. Now it would be advisable to use a much bigger paper clip, not paper clip, safety pin, because they do go through better. So here we go. This might take some time. So you see how nice and flat that's laid? Yeah. You want to have a bit of a gap, like a minute gap, but a little bit of a one, because when it's all through, it's also going to bunch up. So you want to make sure the elastic is flat inside. Okay, so you want to make sure that the elastic isn't twisted and it is flat. So go around the waistline and flatten it, make sure it's not twisted anywhere. And then you can grab the elastic, because I just pinned it together with the safety pin, so it like went in properly, but I could honestly, it didn't like spring away from each other. So then you can then go and sew up these here zigzags. So my amazing zigzag stitching for you, so it stays together. So then we're going to sew up this bit here. Okay, so this is a finished article. So I did take about 2 inches off the bottom for the desired length. So it's just in between my chins. My legs are pretty freaking hairy, I'm not going to lie. So this is the finished article. You can see both layers fabric. I'm going to try and get a bit closer for you. Not too close because I don't want to show you my hairy arm texture as well. So, but yeah, it's a really nice backdrop. Yeah, right. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell so you get notified, and comment, let me know your thoughts. Thank you.